All right. So we're here with Mark Kitchens of the band Slow Draw, who is kind enough to do an excellent theme song for us, which is also available on Bandcamp. You should definitely check it out. Thank you so much for being here.
You bet. Glad to be here.
And yeah, I mean, I know it wasn't done on purpose, but the opening of the song lined up incredibly well with the visual light shows from Death Wish 3. So it was like a perfect melding of everything we wanted.
That's good. Yeah, that was a fun part of the song to make. I don't remember what it was. I think I was playing bass or something like that, and I played it like 4 or 5 times and ran it through all these effects to make this kind of weird jaggedy sound at the beginning of the song, kind of give you something. It's kind of in your face a little bit, but then it breaks down.
Yeah, I mean, I had been a fan of your work beforehand. And it was interesting because when I said to Heather, I think we will need an original theme song. Do you have anyone in mind? And her first thought was, let's go to Mark. And then I said, that sounds great. And then it was sort of like, I think we gave you maybe 2 or 3 buzzwords.
Yeah.
Of, heavy, slow, and I forgot whether or not, but, for us, at least, I think it was sort of like you had carte blanche to kind of just go play. And I was certainly not worried that you were going to deliver something great. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I appreciate being asked to do that. That's always fun to have somebody want me to actually create something for them specifically. And usually, keywords and buzzwords and things like that usually just helps with my thought process, because sometimes I'll get hung up on a single theme and can't go anywhere with it. So that was a good place to start.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think all we really said was we're looking for something a little heavier. and I don't really think we gave any more information. And it was just so cool what you came up with, and I think it was so cool how you named it HHHGFFFF, and you explained that it was a combination of, a fistful, a faceful, and happy hour with Heather and Guest, and merging the 2 projects together. And that's exactly what we're doing. And I just think you nailed it. And kudos to you. I mean, it's a great song, and we both really love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, to me, it don't seem fitting to name it that way. In a sense, I think I might have mentioned in the email or whatever, is Zappa has a song called, I pronounce it Redunzel, but it's like RDZNL. It's just all consonants. So for some reason that popped in my head with the names of both the podcasts and shows or whatnot. It just, to me, it meshed in my head and worked with the song.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool that it's Zappa-esque like that.
It doesn't sound anything like Zappa, but there's so much musical influence in my brain that things like that come out even in everyday conversation. Things like that happen. I mean, I say it out loud, but that's like someone make a musical reference for me, and it has nothing to do with that. So,
well, certainly. I mean, I think now that I remember, Heather's correct. We probably only just used the word heavy. Can you give us something heavy? But and it certainly sounds like a Slow Draw song, but it is a little bit different from some of the other albums that you've put out recently. So, so it was great. It was sort of great to kind of give you the one buzzword and just sort of see what you would come up with. But it ended up really, I mean, it fit. It surpassed all my expectations. I mean, obviously I was expecting something that would be a good song, but this one was I was sort of like, wow, this is phenomenal. This is exactly what the show should be. And all we gave you was the word heavy. So there you go.
Yeah, even most of my stuff is like, kind of on the experimental or more ambient side of slow draw. But I guess, I'm also in Stone Machine Electric, so there's a lot of that heavy influence in that. So I kind of took that idea, and before y'all even mentioned heavy, I was kind of referring back to my song Space Thunder. It kind of has a spacey, drony, heavy sound. So I kind of took that song and morphed it into HHHGFFFF. So I mean, if you listen hard enough, you might can hear it, but not really. It's the time signature and everything changed on it, but kind of the seed for that song came from that.
Gotcha. Well, for those of you out there who are interested, if you listen to Triple HG Quadruple F and it's up your alley, then Slow Draw has a bunch of albums that are sort of more ambient music, instrumental, and then Stone Machine Electric would be more traditional of the sort of stoner rock metal type stuff. So Mark has a collection of work for you to check out. So as soon as you finish listening to us talk, go on Bandcamp and pick up some of this man's music, because he's got something for everyone.
It's a little bit of everything.
Do you notice anything behind me?
Yeah. I've seen that a bunch of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're go on. Sorry, Heather.
Oh, I was just going to say, I looked at the Slow Draw discography, and I didn't realize it goes all the way back to 2017.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while now. Back then, it was more, I did a thing called the RPM Challenge, which every February, it's like this it's an online challenge where every February you write and record an album within the month of February. And so I started doing that back in 2017, and that's kind of how the first few albums are. It's me doing that challenge, and then sometimes I got it done in time, sometimes I didn't, but I still made the album. It still came out.
For those of you who are only listening to this in podcast form, behind Heather right now on her wall are a collection of posters and pictures of various artists, including, I believe, Slow Draw's up there. I'm not on that wall, but I might be on the other wall.
Yeah, you're on the other wall.
my author photo. But yeah, Heather's got quite the collage going. And yeah, I mean, one of the things that's been really wonderful about this, and also working with you, Mark, aside from the fact that how easy it was and how great the song is just that, Heather and I wanted to move forward with the Facebook group, and we knew that we would have to pivot. Now that sort of live music is coming back, there weren't going to be as many opportunities for bands to want to live stream music. So doing more of a review-oriented show and trying to sort of showcase contemporary bands, but we're just really in this for the love of the game,
right?
And and knowing that we could sort of go to you. I mean, for those of you out there, if you're looking to start a show or a podcast or feature musicians or do anything like that, you just sort of need to take that first step. We reached out to Mark, and he was really cool about, being motivated to do this, and he delivered a jam. So, yeah, I mean, I will get off my soapbox, but I just wanted to say that this is really, it's a labor of love. Heather and I are sort of figuring this out as we go along, but it can be done. And if you happen to know excellent musicians who are willing to create theme songs for you, then that's even better. So,
yeah, and I know, Mark, you had mentioned that it'd be cool to make music for a movie. So,
yeah.
If there's anyone out there, filming a movie, I think your music would go along pretty well with that.
Yeah, I've had several people tell me that it kind of has that. Some of the songs have that soundtrack quality where it's not necessarily just a song you would hear, but more something that could kind of create that mood in a movie or a film or something like that.
Yeah, like in a certain specific scene.
Yeah, exactly.
To create the mood. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're out there and you're looking for somebody to score your film, reach out to Mark or license some slow draw songs. They are great. I mean, I would always, if you get the chance, the Facebook group still has archived videos of some slow draw performances, and they were just really relaxing. You know, I remember you would have like a video projection going on to accompany the songs. I mean, it was really a great performance, even though it was being, live streamed and there was sort of a disconnect between being there in person. I remember thinking, this is incredible. I'm just going to relax this afternoon, take in some of this great ambient music and rock out. And I don't care if my neighbor is going to bang on my wall. I would just yell, I'm sorry, it can't go any louder.
Right. Now those are fun videos to do. I mean, the videos I use for projecting, I made those as well. A lot of it's my art or just random architectural things I find online, because it's interesting to me. Architecture is anyways, so I like adding stuff like that in, or landscapes or clouds, especially like capturing clouds and things. I don't know why, it's just one of those things I get drawn to.
Cool. Yeah. Well, Heather has some really great landscape photos of a lot of
got some great photos.
Well. But yeah, so check out Mark and Heather's work. I've certainly one or more of my books bear some of Heather's photos, so I'm excited about that. And one of Mark's songs is the theme song for our show, so it's great when you have talented friends who you can solicit for music and photos.
Yeah, and it seems like so many people that we're associated with and like in the metal community are just so insanely talented. It's like there's just something that they're good at and they do that it is just so special, and they do it incredibly well, and it's really kind of neat to see everyone's talents and what
contributes to the scene very well.
Yeah.
What are you up to next? What's anything on the agenda?
Short term, I'm playing a show next Friday, or this coming Friday, I guess. I've been jamming with a few friends, doing really just more of some prog cover stuff like Steve Hackett and some Pink Floyd and other weird 70s stuff. So we're just playing a show at a local DIY art gallery called the Grackle Art Gallery. So that's kind of the short term. And then also next Saturday is Heavy Mash in Arlington. So we've got a bunch of heavy bands coming through, about 7 bands. They're going to be playing. It's Rainbows Are Free, Hippie Death Cult, Warlung, Monteluna, Temptress, Summit, Holy Death Trio. So it's a good lineup.
Yeah, that's a stacked. And I'm always, when I recognize a name of a band who I've either spoken to or, runs in our circle, I'm always thrilled. So, and there were a couple that you had mentioned there. So
yeah,
that sounds like a good time.
And it should be. It'll be an all-day thing.
Yeah.
I'll be worn out the week from now, so.
Well, also Slow Draw is on pretty much every social media platform that I'm aware of. I know you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So, and all the albums are on Bandcamp. So you should definitely check them out.
Yeah, we're on Bandcamp, and most of them are on Spotify. I don't know if all of them are. I think most of them are.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah. And Mark was kind enough to put some download codes in our Facebook group. So I think those are still available for the song.
Yeah, go grab one.
Yeah.
I won't be offended. I'll be pleased.
I would just say pick up the song. It's a great jam. It really it gives you a lot of the elements that make slow draw awesome music to listen to, but it does fit our show since it is a little on the heavier side. And then I would recommend going back and doing a deep dive into the slow draw collection, because if you're looking to relax or just listen to good ambient music, then it's really what you need. And I'm not a doctor, but I will make that recommendation.
Yeah,
Help with your high blood pressure.
Yeah.
And check out Stone Machine Electric too. That there's some good stuff there too.
Yeah, everything that Mark has got going on, you should check it out.
Yeah.
Stone Machine Electric, Slow Draw. As soon as we're done here, go pick up Triple HG Quadruple F, and it's just a great jam. So, but thank you so much for joining. Any other things you want to mention?
No, I mean, right now, as far as Stone Machine Electric, we haven't started practicing again yet. So I'm just waiting for that to kick back into gear.
Gotcha.
The WC has some family related issues going on. So he's got to take care of that before we can actually get started. So
sure.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Well, there's some slow draw stuff coming up. You'll be playing. The music is available on Bandcamp. Hopefully things continue to get better, and Stone Machine Electric will have some news in the future.
Yep.
But
definitely.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us.
You bet.
And for making an excellent jam.
Well, you bet. Anytime. I'll do it again if you ever decide you need to change it up. So
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, you got it. Have a good one.
Be part of it. Thanks.
Okay.